Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money and Markets, and I'm here with your Bull and the Bear podcast. Now, today, I want to discuss a power stock that provides supply chain logistics to companies in the U.S. That means they basically move products from U.S. manufacturers to U.S. customers. It scores a 99 on our stock power rating system. Now, before that, if you have a question about a stock or the broader market, email us at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We'll drop that here. And if we use your question in an upcoming video, we're going to hook you up with some very cool Money and Markets gear like t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, all sorts of great stuff. Just send us an email, feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. Make sure you head over to moneymarkets.com as well. It is your home for safe, sound, smart, simple, profitable investment information for your portfolio. On the site, you can check out our stock power rating system. It rates thousands of stocks based on 6 fundamental and technical factors. Create your own watch list, track your stock performance, and get our in-depth analysis all for free. Now, it's something we don't often think about, but it does have a major impact on things like the cost of goods and services. Now, by definition, a supply chain is a network between a company and its suppliers to produce and deliver products to consumers like you and me. Now, while the world's been hampered with supply chain issues because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, worker shortages, and inflation, I believe the supply chain market is only going to grow. And we can capitalize with a near perfect power stock I'm going to share with you today. Now, a 2021 study by Vance and Bourne said that global supply chain disruptions are costing American companies $228 million. And that was in 2021. That was before Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which puts pressure on countries' abilities to bring in and ship out everything from wheat to oil. Now, those disruptions don't just cost companies, they cost us as consumers, because when companies face increased costs, they typically pass that buck on to us. But I believe the issues are short-lived, and those companies are going to rely more on domestic supply chains. Those companies that do rely more on domestic supply chains are going to be less impacted. Now, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the North American logistics market was already pretty robust, but with Mexico, Canada, and the United States. The sector was valued at about $992 billion in 2020. Now, while the pandemic, inflation, worker shortages, and all these other things have put pressure on logistics, this megatrend is only going to grow in the coming years. Now, revenue from the North American logistics market reached $1 trillion last year, but that's expected to grow to $1.3 trillion by 2025. That's a 30% growth rate in just 4 years. Now, in this episode of The Bull and the Bear, I'm going to share a top company in our stock power rating system and tell you why it's a strong contender for your portfolio. Its 99 overall rating means we are strong bullish on the logistics stock and expected to beat the broader market by 3 times over the next 12 to 24 months. The stock I'm going to tell you about is Universal Logistics Holdings Incorporated. Universal Logistics Holdings Incorporated. It trades on the NASDAQ. Its ticker symbol is ULH. It provides transportation and other logistics solutions for companies in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and even Colombia. It transports everything from automotive parts to food and other consumer goods. Now, the stock ranks a 99 on our proprietary stock rating system, which means we're strong bullish and expected to beat the broader market by 3 times over the next 12 to 24 months. It scores high on our growth factor. It scores a 96 with a prior year quarter earnings per share growth rate of 94.5%. So from one quarter to another, it grew its earnings per share by 94.5%. And its sales growth rate over that same time, 26.2%. ULH also has strong value, scoring a 94 on that metric, with price to sales ratio right now standing at 0.4 compared to the cargo transportation average of 1.4. Its price to earnings stands at 7.9. The industry average is at 10. So it shows it's a much, much better value compared to its other cargo transport peers. Now, after dipping 22% from March to April of 2022, ULH stock actually roared back. Since closing below $18 a share, the stock has climbed 56.2% to reach a new 52-week high. It's also about $6 above its 50-day simple moving average, and I believe it's got a lot more room to run. Over the last 12 months, the stock is up 9.1%. Its peers are actually down 1.5%, showing it is outperforming its peers over the long term. And it also shows that maximum momentum that we like to see in stocks that we recommend to you. And the future also looks really bright for ULH. After suffering a slight dip in total revenue in 2020, ULH rebounded to bring in $1.75 billion in 2021. That's a 25% increase in annual revenue. By 2024, the company expects to have $2.3 billion in total annual revenue. That's a 64.3% rise from 2020. So that's a massive jump up in about 5 years' time, 64.3% in total revenue. Additionally, ULH has a forward dividend yield of 1.51%, which means it pays shareholders about 42 cents per share per year just to own the stock. So you have a nice little added benefit to owning ULH. Now, while companies that rely on global supply chains are going to continue to suffer from issues abroad, those companies that lean more into that domestic supply chain, meaning just in North America, are going to flourish in the coming years. And that's why ULH is definitely a serious contender for your portfolio. Now, let's look back at our YouTube poll question last week. Last week, we asked if you were planning to travel this summer despite the spike in gas prices. Now, nearly half of those who voted, 49%, said they were not traveling this summer because gas prices are simply just too high. 38% who voted said they were going to travel because there's nothing that was going to interrupt their summer fun, while 1% said they were going to lie low amid the current COVID surge. Now, we also asked for any comments on summer travel, and Paul said, going to Ecuador and Guatemala City to serve on medical brigades with Hope Worldwide. Nothing pays greater dividends than volunteerism. And yes, we serve at home all year. He also added this note. I didn't make this up. He added this. We also love Adam, Charles, and Matt in no particular order. Well, thank you, Paul, for that. And definitely thank you for volunteering to help those in need. It's a great cause to go abroad. It's a challenge, and it's always great to see when people step up to do those kinds of things. Thank you to everyone who took part in our weekly poll. Remember, you can vote in our weekly poll on our YouTube page. Just go under the community tab when you get to the Money Markets YouTube page, and you'll find that poll right there at the very top. If you have a question or about a particular stock or maybe the broader market or maybe even the economy that you'd like Adam, Charles, or I to address in an upcoming video, you can email us. The email address is feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We'll flash that down below. We'd love to answer your questions. We definitely encourage you to do that. You can ask a question for Adam, for Charles, for myself, for all three of us if you'd like. Doesn't matter. Feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. If we use your question in an upcoming video, we're going to hook you up with some very cool Money and Markets gear. We've got hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, all sorts of great stuff. We've got more on the way. Boss is working hard on getting some more stuff too. So we'll have more offerings for you in the near future. Also, it would be remiss if I didn't tell you to head over to moneyandmarkets.com. You can sign up for our free daily e-letter. We actually have two now. I am proud to author the Stock Power Daily, which I give you one stock each and every day to look at for your portfolio. And then our Money Markets Daily email, which now comes out in the afternoon, gives you all that great analysis all wrapped up into one email, and it's all for free. And while you're at moneymarkets.com, check out our proprietary stock power rating system. You can use metrics to get ratings of thousands of stocks. Go to the website in the top right-hand corner of the homepage. You'll see a little search bar. You can type in any ticker or company name right there, and then you'll be able to see ratings of the stock, fundamental data, stock chart. You can even add stocks to your personal hot list, and you can track stock performance. You can do all that for free at moneyandmarkets.com. That's all for me this week. Until next time, this is Money and Markets research analyst and host of the Bull and the Bear podcast, Matt Clark, wishing everyone safe trading.